Welcome back to some professional Starcraft 2. I didn't expect to be having professional Starcraft 2 tonight, but we have it anyways. I already messed up the overlay, but... So Special once again came in. Welcome back to Special Tactics. Special Tactics including the best of Juanito, probably the best foreign player in Starcraft 2 history to play Terran. So he used a special tactic. He came into Twitch chat, said, Winter show match! And now we're here. We're doing a best of 9 between TY and Special, who are great friends. They have an incredibly similar playstyle. And we're playing on Team Liquid Map Contest 13 maps. I screwed up the overlay for this one, but we're doing it live as we always do. Almost always do, at least. So we'll fix it for the ones past this. But we're on Nightshade by Maris, or Maris, I don't know. So neither of these players have played the maps. It is Terran versus Terran. They are two of the best Terrans in the world, and they're very tactical, and usually have very specific builds, especially in TVT. Both really focused on things like quick air control, and using Ravens very well. So I'm both excited and a little concerned at what we're going to see when it comes down to them playing maps essentially they've never played before. So, but these are from the Team Liquid Map Contest, the finalists. How do they get the finalists? A panel of judges, including map makers and experienced StarCrafters, pick from all the submissions. Getting the finalists on that panel was me, so hopefully they're not too terrible. And several others. Okay, so it wasn't I wasn't picking it individually. Well, we will see. It is very likely the winner, or at least a few maps from the map contest, they almost certainly will end up in the map pool. Usually it's between 2 and 3 of the maps end up in the next season map pool. So, if you see them now for the first time, you'll probably be seeing them again later on. And I haven't yet sent in my votes, so I don't know what the final finalists are going to be. Alright, so maybe I should talk about TVT a little bit. TVT, also known as Everybody Loves Ravens. And since both Special and TY are such incredibly similar players, I assume they have a relatively similar Terran versus Terran style. And air control early on. It's kind of a Cold War that can at any second get real hot. Where it's just a fight over air control. Over and over. Like, you got Vikings and Ravens. Doesn't matter if you're going bio or mech. Both players just continue building up, like, build 2-3 Ravens, and then just continually building Vikings. Because if you lose air control, they can use their tanks, and then add Liberators to just push you back, whether it's get on your third, or get into your base, or break any sort of siege line. I think it's very likely we will see this air control war play out early on, and probably later in games. And the question will be how often. Like, is there any build that either player tries to kind of break up that early game strategy, or do we just see a similar game play out over and over? Special pokes up with his first Reaper. Oh, wait a second. Is that a Cloak Banshee? What? Oh, hey, Jimmy. See. This game is so hype, even the mic can't stand for it. First Reaper poked and killed. TY being very careful going up the ramp. That Widowmine gonna connect hard, though. Not getting any splash damage. Great last-second reaction. Be careful with the Reaper. The bunker's not quite done yet. Good split on the Marines. Hellion doing a lot of damage out of Special. Despite being in an awkward position, using an SCV in his own Hellion. Actually, right now, somehow this has ended up being okay. A Banshee pops out. As always, TVT, a very technical exchange. 1 or 2 units, like an extra Hellion or an extra Reaper, can sometimes make all the difference. The Widowmine getting enough damage done that he's able to shut it down. On the opposite side, there is a Raven, another one on the way. So Special opting for a Banshee early on is a little out of the ordinary, to say the least. You very rarely see Well, the reason that almost nobody goes Cloak Banshee, and he wouldn't have wanted to reveal it this early for sure. The reason almost nobody goes... By the way, the person with the Korean name is special. If I hadn't made that clear yet, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe we have Maddox, our resident Korean expert, in the chat, but I might be misremembering, or it might have been something else. But I believe Special's name loosely translates to I love TY. Oh, it means TY love. So, on the opposite side, we have TY. So that creates an awkward situation. Or maybe just a very intimate one. I don't know. Anyways, TY loves Banshee. We'll snipe off the 3rd Command Center SCV building of TY. So, already off to a rocky start to this relationship. I did not expect to be casting any matches tonight, but when Special says, I want your money, I think he's good enough to earn it. And of course, TY, don't tell Special, TY has historically been my favorite Terran player. Just because, well, he's a chess master. He's always 2 steps ahead of you. Special, very similar. I really like Special's playstyle, but TY has captured my heart in the past, and my brain mostly. But I think the winner of this match, the winner of this impromptu Team Liquid map contest show match for $250, actually $300 now. If some of you didn't get the memo, we've already maxed out the prize pool, so we're adding to it. Will be my favorite Terran player. Okay, I might have to end my friendship with TY in order to create the friendship. There's only allowed to be one, okay? You can only like one player. Everybody knows that. Cloak Banshee waits till the last possible second to come in. There isn't a turret up yet. A scan looking for the army. He won't find it. Remember, both these players never played the map before. So if there are any mistakes like sieging up in weird locations or Vikings just out of position, then you can't attribute it to that. It's just to get an idea of how interesting the games could play out. 9 SCVs going down thus far. Oh, out in the center of the map, tanks sieging up. Air control right now. 8 Vikings for Special. 4 Vikings, but 2 Ravens and more Marines for TY. The high-low ground action here. Air control is going to Special, but the Ravens can definitely turn it temporarily. Wait, what? So he lands the Vikings. The high ground is now claimed. Scans a Venn diagram scan now from either side. They're just so close. Neither player getting siege tank shots off. There's not that many Vikings here for TY. He goes for the anti-armor missile. Triple scrambles on the ground. Interference matrix on all the tanks. TY, a decisive victory in this battle. Absolutely obliterating the ground army. He loses the Ravens, but he wins the war. And is there nearly enough to stop this? The Marines will stim. Vikings hit the deck. The Vikings of Special will have to look on very sadly in the sky. And TY takes game number 1 on Nightshade. Special overplaying his hand by a pretty large margin, for sure. Like, he did not have the ground army to be out on the map. He just didn't. TY says 1 second. He needs to regroup. Wait, he won the last game. I actually just wanted to invite someone. I don't know who. Whatever. My partner. Streaming. He has a streaming partner. I don't know. TY has a streaming partner. I don't know what that means. But, whatever. Whatever these players are into. It was an interesting kind of dance in the center of the map until TY chose his battle wisely. Oh, yeah. I enjoy only the fanciest of boxed beverages. It is a best of 9. That means you need 5 matches. I did the math. Hey, Jimmy! Excuse me! Put me down! Alright. Close enough. So, we are now on Golden Forge. A larger map. I'm not sure what category this was in. By the way, there are 4 categories of Team Liquid map contest maps. Standard, Macro, Challenge 1, and Challenge 2. Standard maps are a little smaller, less likely to go to like 4 bases in turtle time. Not particularly small. There are no rush maps, really, we're putting in the pool anymore. Unless they fall under the challenges. Macro maps are usually, this looks like a macro map, a little bit larger in rush distance, a little bit more defensive. The first challenge for this map contest is the Inhibitor Zone Challenge, which you've already seen some on Turbo Cruise, if you've been paying attention to the map pool, is using inhibitor zones on the map. Or slow zones that slow the movement of everything through them by about a third. And then challenge number 2 is the mineral walls, like on Thunderbird. So the same challenges as the last map contest, and we're kind of doubling down and seeing what map makers can come up with when it comes to those. We haven't used any so far, but I'm definitely going to mix a couple in to see how these guys handle it. So they just said I picked the maps, by the way, because neither of them have played any of them. Away we go. Special, maybe looking to proxy a starport here. He knows where his opponent's base is. All the maps are 2-player. There are no 4-player maps I know of in the pool. Special looking, scouring. Will he find... Oh, he knows. He knows him too well. 2 sides of the same coin. How are we going to flip it this time? The Reaper finds the SCV. I don't know exactly what he means by that, but I can guess. Advantage for you. Well, that much is obvious. I mean, he killed the SCV and scouted the proxy. Yes, advantage is for him, believe it or not. Thank you, TY, for breaking it down for everyone in case you couldn't, in case you didn't realize. Looks like the Reaper Hellion. Well, Special realizing now. There are multiple different angles by the fake shield battery. Reaper Hellion on the way in. I think he caught a glimpse of it. Grenades on either side. Damage done to the Hellion. That won't heal up, but it can be repaired. Both sides can... All these units can get back to full HP relatively easily, but it's unlikely they will in the open field. Oh, a second Hellion comes up. One Reaper is sniped off. He actually just dives deeper with the grenade. Snipes off a Hellion. Great micro from Special thus far, but he's not going to be able to close the distance, and suddenly it's 2 Reapers and 1 Hellion to nothing. Will the command center finish in time? He needs to finish that command center. It's so important for the rest of the build. SCVs are coming down the ramp. A couple Marines on the high ground. The first Reaper going to heal up, but the Cyclone comes out just in time. And that should be enough to make the save. The Reapers are going to try to come in the main. No additional lock-on. Special adding his Tech Lab starport. Should be for Ravens. He probably is regretting not making Ravens that last game. He tried Cloak Banshee. It did a lot of damage, but the Ravens proving their value. The Ravens proving their value for TY. There's a reason they're such a staple in this matchup. And TY showed us that against Special. Advantage for you too. Both players doing my job of commentating the match while also playing in the match. So, thank you guys for your efforts. Ooh, 2 barracks on the way very quickly for Special. He's looking to follow this up, whereas TY still looking for options to get harassment damage. An SCV to lead the charge to eat the lock-on of the first Cyclone. Advanced, I mean not that advanced, but advanced tactics here. Because if the lock-on, and everybody leaves it on auto-cast, even the pro players usually do, they'll just hold it and micro it. But if he eats the lock-on, then he can lock on the special Cyclone. The problem is there are just so many Marines here. Oh, there you go. The counts are locked, but he hits a Marine. Not quite coming in, but all the units are at the front. That means TY can swing into the back. Oh, a lock-on and a counter. Interference Matrix Special is typing as the Widowmine hits his main. A classic mistake. You can't trash talk while the game's still going on. Oh. He chat rushed too hard. So far, only 6 SCVs have gone down, but TY gets out with everything. He did lose, well, okay, TY did lose a Cyclone, but the SCV count now dramatically in his favor. He is going to be adding on a 3rd command center. The drop is coming in, but he could drop everything right on top of it. It's within the safety zone on the siege tank, the minimum range. The Widowmine kills it. He takes out a tank. Interference Matrix going to waste all that energy. There is no energy left on the Raven. TY going to continue the aggression despite being the one with dramatically less production. Oh, a Cyclone out. Did he miss it? Did he not see any of this? He's going to siege up on the low ground. This is actually a little risky. The stim is about to finish up. That's not that many units. Tank pops out. Will there be any shots out? No. Cyclone comes in looking for a lock-on. Doesn't quite have the vision range. He killed the tech lab. But there's already another tank in production. There shouldn't be too much downtime on tank production as long as Special is able to break this cleanly. Reinforcements are on the way across. A 2nd tank. Oh, easily blast the Cyclone apart. How much energy on the Raven? There's not quite enough yet. Another Raven. TY, what does he do? He's got 2 tanks, like 4 Marines and a medevac, and that's enough for him. But Stim is done. Special about to pull the trigger. Or not. He got hit a couple too many times. TY with the most bare-bones attack here. Oh. Interference Matrix from the back. The other tank tries to unsiege and run away, but the Stim Marines will chase it down, and Special will take his pound of flesh. Well, of gears and wheels and treads and whatever. But this time, Special, a significant army supply advantage. Both Ravens, well, there are still 3 Ravens for TY. So, the thing here is, despite losing those tanks, well, it really depends. Are the Ravens in position for the drop? Can they get an interference matrix in time? Can they scramble the medevacs before the drop can unload? Already some turrets in the way. TY knows his vulnerabilities, of course. A scan. I don't know well, okay, TY is scanning the main. He knows what's coming in. The drop comes out, but there are already 2 tanks in position. This drop is absolutely not going to happen. He will be able to get away. No energy being wasted by TY. A single auto turret on the opposite side. TY boxes out Special's attack. Good deflection. And the thing about going so heavy into bio early, Ravens are quite a force multiplier, as we've seen in both games so far. Harassment potential, defense potential. You simply don't need that many Marines if you have more Ravens, especially your opponent has no Ravens, as we saw. What a scan timing by Special. As the drop loads up, there's not that much in the front. The scout comes out, a counter scan. He sees what the potential is. He also saw the 3rd command center by TY in the main. Special has taken his 3rd while maintaining an aggressive posture. He's used his map control to secure a 3rd base more quickly, despite being behind on it. Auto turret comes in again. That Raven picked up 11 kills. He's killed 14 thus far. Special still waiting for TY to make a mistake. This army can definitely be deadly if TY is out of position. The upgrades, +1 against 0-0 so far, but TY is about to finish up Stim and combat chills. Anti-armor missile will turn the tides. The Dorito dust all over half the Marines. He gets a Raven, so that's a plus. Neither side going into Vikings. That's something important to point out. Without, well, as I say, a TY going for Vikings. Scan's very important. Knowledge is power. The Raven spotted out by the single Marine at the watchtower. Will TY just slap an auto turret down? Is he even going to waste the energy? He's not. Special actually stim the Marine, meaning he's watching. And now the armies are in the wide open center of this map. The Valley of Death, as we're going to call it. Special trying to jump on the tanks, gets one. Anti-armor missile will keep him at bay. Both sides have sensor towers in similar locations. Supplies nearly even. Wait, that's Special's. Raven, oh, it gets snapped up by TY. Still, plenty of energy here. There are 10 more SCVs for Special. What is the barracks count? 5, a single factory, and... let's hope they didn't see that. Seems like it was my fault. I think my mom needs to get off the phone lines. Jimmy! Watching his mangas again. But the tanks got a little out of position. TY not bringing his tanks with this. Without the tanks, he can't really press the issue. What are the upgrades? 1-1 against 1-1. Special late on his +2. Only starts +2 weapons. No +2 armor yet as well. There's going to be a pretty big window where TY has an upgrade advantage. Will that be enough to press the issue? The tank count is 6-6. It's 2 Ravens and 4 Vikings against just 2 Vikings. So if there isn't a somewhat decisive middle-of-the-map engagement in favor of Special, TY is hurtling towards a solid maxed-out advantage with those upgrades. Because when you have 200 supply, believe it or not, I'll break it down, you can't make more units. Oh. The tanks will siege. There's a drop. This is happening. TY will unload his medevac a little bit slower. It'll get snapped up and shot down, but at the same time, an anti-armor missile coats most of Special's army in the middle of the map. 4th base is floating over. A bunch of Marines are heading that direction. The command center immediately lifted away, but it might not be with enough time to spare. The command center is under fire. The stutter step. The command center definitely a more valuable target than a single medevac. 1 tank getting caught. A counter drop trying to work its way in. Some liberators for TY to try to compound the air advantage. Special is supply block. TY has finished up his 2-2 upgrades. His Marines significantly more cost-effective. He's got energy on the Ravens. He could look to jump the army in the center. Plenty of turrets forming a wall against this drop from Special. Absolutely not going to happen. He's going to try to jump the army. The Viking count also in favor of TY. Special's going to be forced to retreat to the high ground. An advantage for TY on every front. He's got 20 more supply. He's got a 4th base. He's now got more workers. He's got better upgrades. So far, the tank count is even, but air superiority to TY as well. I love TY, aka Special. Or TY Love, whatever one it was. Struggling. Oh, the tank's on siege! He gets caught out. How much energy is on the Ravens? There aren't that many tanks with this army. There just simply aren't that many Marines. He's going to target down the one in the front. The Liberator's looking to siege. There's a lot of tanks out of Special. Not enough anti-air to deal with the Liberators. So far, Special finding a decent engagement. The air advantage there. The Liberators will siege up. He needs to target at least one of them down. He needs to target at least one of them down. He's going for the other one. The Marines will stim, but... that one Marine desperately trying to break this. The tank drop. The Marines. Too many from TY. He's up by 30 supply. The upgrades are even now, but the reinforcements just simply aren't there. TY ducking on the tanks. And he'll go up 2-0. Just compounding that advantage. Now, Special getting caught with the chat rush build. And from there... this is why, Special isn't making the Ravens. I don't know if he's trying something else, if he's trying to mix it up, if he knows that, TY, his Raven control is just that good, but more Ravens is oftentimes far better than less Ravens. Like Governor Dario, the Master. 23 Marine kills on a tank. You don't often see that at this level. We're already just jumping in. They want to play. They want to go. We're going to one of the coolest aesthetic-looking maps of the map contest. One that does use those inhibitor zones. It has an island base. It's called Purity and Industry. Where one of the few map makers taking the risk, and honestly, I forgot who made it now. I'm sorry. Taking the risk of making the bases look different. Here we have the Purity. It was special, changing colors from last game. Thanks, guys. And then TY now in blue on the Industry side of the map. Maybe not the most original name, but a cool concept. Inhibitor zones / slow zones cover all the area, including the wide open island. So more of a different symmetry than your usual map. So there's a relatively short air distance, but it takes a while to get there. An interesting way to use those slow zones. Also, the watchtower covers much of the area as well. If on the load screen one of them had decided to just load up and go to the island, I would have, well, I would have thought they were dumb because they are, but it still would have been great. Unfortunately, both these players actually want their chunk of that prize pool. So far, oh wait, maybe Jimmy, can we get some points on the board? Yes, TY up 2-0. So I did this before, but in one of my own matches, I would like to do a public service announcement for those of you who have watched StarCraft for a very long time, professional StarCraft, but still somehow don't know this. The series, if it's best of 3, best of 5, best of 7, whatever, is right here on the nameplates. The time in the game over here, the name of the map right on over here. You can see it all without even having to ask Twitch chat. It's beautiful, isn't it? The technology is finally there. First Reaper coming out. They will meet in the middle of the map. Oh, already Special finding a little vision blocker. SCV is coming out. Oh, he sees it. He sees it. He's looking not to get hit. The shots come out. Special actually able to take the first one. He's chasing TY's Reaper over these beautiful... I love that. Actually looks really cool. He's going to be able to take out the SCV as well. TY trying to bully his way up. He knows Special. Slipping a little bit those last two matches, but not this time. Oh, I like how it's different over on this side. That's really cool. Like, I'm a sucker. Even though I'm a relatively competent StarCraft player, I will still, personally, I shouldn't say this as a one of the panelist judges, but personally, if a map looks good, I give that extra points over whether it plays good. Like, we've had plenty of maps on a gritty, dirty space station. Okay? We've had enough. It's not as bad lately, but once we started using a lot more community maps. But if I see another map on like on 4 different shades of gray, then I'm done. Okay? I'm not playing on that map for hours a day. Nope. Medevac chrono boosted. Oh my god. Boosted out, not chrono boosted. You can't chrono boost medevacs. He gets through the slow zones into the base. The Special see it. He sees the Hellions. The Raven isn't quite done. Just using the obvious air distance here. Oh, he uses the interference matrix. Will he actually be able to kill the Hellions before they can pick up and get out? Gets 1. Looking for 2. He gets 2. TY only gets a single Hellion out. Only 3 SCVs killed, so not so bad. Overall, a solid Well, if these buildings had been a little bit further back, that could have been significantly more damage. But a big commitment to go for four Hellions and a medevac early. Just things that aren't really going to complement your army. Also, the Reaper is taken out at the watchtower. How much vision does that give? Significant amount. Oh, medevac is spotted. Oh, there are 2 Cyclones in that medevac. This is going to get weird. Oh, he locks onto a Cyclone, but the counter lock. Oh, dodges the Widowmine shot. What a play from TY. At the same time, the Ravens will make their way. Everybody has a lot of time to contemplate what's going on, but Special. Special loses his Cyclone out on the map, trying to drop some auto turrets. Will get a couple. Almost snipes off the other Raven, but where is the medevac? It's looking to snipe off the Ravens through the slow zones. Gets 1 supply depot. The double Cyclone, still dangerous. There is a tank sieged up. Oh my god, the pre-scan. TY so smart, so handsome. That's why Special chooses TY Love as his handle. The 3rd command center is being targeted here. Locked onto from approximately 50 range away. Oh my god! He forces the cancel. TY navigating around the map he's never played. Just adapting so quickly. The 3rd command center has to be restarted. That's so bad for TY. Losing the medevac is actually the cheapest thing here. And even, wow, that's so greedy. You greedy player, greedy devil, trying to get another, oh, okay, stop it. Jesus Christ. Advantage to TY. Okay, advantage to TY. That scan gonna give a whole lot away here. But TY is not moving to intercept. Oh, yes, he is. He knows. He has to know, right? Like, the Ravens are coming back. 3 Raven on 3 Raven. This time, Special does have the same amount of Ravens. You know what counters auto turrets? More auto turrets, says TY. Technically correct. The best kind of correct. But guess what? There's the Vikings. Another bold move. More auto turrets on both sides. Oh, but the Vikings are being targeted. This is a messy fight. He gets another one. Air control maintained by Special. Actually, the tank dies too. What a mess. And wait a second. Now there's 4 Vikings against essentially nothing. There's not even enough energy for it. Okay, he gets 1 auto turret. The army's moving up. The rest of the army's coming back. He scans it in an awkward exchange on both sides of the map. The Vikings might be able to hit the deck. SCV starting to scan forward, but Special strikes back. He's now got air control, and he's leaning on it for all it's worth. And it might be worth the game. Special has the advantage. A Cyclone lockdown. He's trying to move forward, but the scan is in time. Special must target fire. Wait, are the tanks in range? They seem to be. More Ravens moving up. He's going to be able to take them out. Marines being sacrificed. The target fire, he gets 1 last parting shot. The interference matrix saves the day. TY loses SCVs, but he breaks the tanks. He didn't really lose any tanks of his own, and now it's 4-1 in the tank count. Oh, the counter tank fire doesn't lose the Cyclone. He holds the line for now, but does 1 tank do enough here? Did Special lose all his Ravens? He did! Just maneuvering around one of, well, the obvious choke point here. Special finishing up his 1-1 quicker. TY didn't even start +1 armor for quite a while. The Vikings are on the move. Stim is not quite done. Okay, Stim is now finished for TY. I mean, yes, for TY. The rest of the Vikings hit the deck. There is a tank. It is in range now. This is a bit of an awkward exchange. They do have to go through the snow zones as soon as they get out of the base. A little greedy from Special, but he finds another Viking. Gonna try to move his way down to the 3rd. Really abusing the air distance despite the slow zones. Another Cyclone. That Cyclone. TY has just been so good at keeping his units going. Like, he has kept so many units alive. Does anyone try to take the island? Special just flew over it. Will he remember that it exists? Okay, Liberator working its way in. Turret hits it. Oh! He does get it into position. does adjust it just barely. Gonna kill a couple SCVs. TY still has plenty. But every SCV counts. Double medevac drop, but Special's already in position. He's gonna spot it. The Marine spots TY, unloads immediately. There's another Liberator on the high ground area, so even the SCV doesn't spot it. He knows there's probably unlikely to be much here. Oh, the turret! You just need to cut the ribbon! Cut the ribbon on it! But another Liberator sieges up. Special hitting him from both sides. And the turret as well. He slaps the last nuts and bolts into it. Well, the Liberator taken out, but Special keeping him busy. A huge army snipes off one medevac. The other medevac boosts away. He's going to pick up what he can. Everyone else is left to die. Special up 10 supply. The 2-2 upgrades are started. TY just +2 weapons. He wants to be adding on that armor as soon as possible. So despite all of the multi-pronged attacks that Special has done, and mostly successfully, TY has just maintained a solid production base. He's working every unit for everything it's worth. And somehow still gonna find an angle with those Marines that survived. Yep, this is off-center. We tested this before. That indicator is just in the wrong spot, unless it's designed to throw people off on their 4th base. Like TY, I think his is off-center. That's gonna need to be fixed. And that is one of the most annoying things on any map. But the drops will boost through the slow zones. There's a single spot without a turret finish. It might be enough to unload all these Marines. It is. And another counterattack at the 4th base. There's not enough to stop Special. He's tearing through everything. Gets 2 tanks, gets into the medevacs, and gets out of the area. But the Marines are on the chase. They're stemming their way down. Everything's cleaned up in the main. Special grinding out a bit of a supply lead now. Special going to be getting a planetary at his 4th. There's still the medevacs out here. Well, the medevac out here. This is not an island. It's just a gold base at the bottom center. TY is on an intercept course. Oh, but he pulls back just in time and Special boost past. The counter drop. Little, small, medium, and large fights all throughout the map. We're having a full course game right now. Only 12 minutes in. Special's nearly maxed out. He's got 2-2 finishing up. TY is not too far behind. 84 versus 77 SCVs. High economies, high production, high action, high intensity, high stakes. High stress. Oh, is he actually going to try to push through with that 2-2 advantage? He's really trying to push into this location. Does Special know something we don't? I guess he knows Marines are good. I'm surprised he committed that much, but he actually bit off a solid amount of Marines and tanks. There is no tank advantage now, but the initiative goes to Special as the player who's on the aggressive side of the map. He's up in TY's grill. In fact, he's going to add a forward sensor tower. He's going to try to contain him. It's a relatively light contain right now. Gotta be careful with those medevacs. What a cheeky move here. A scan. He has plenty to spare. .3 is on the way. TY actually closed the gap and started his 3-3 quicker. We'll have to see if that ends up being a factor. TY understands that air control is the only way to break out. The counter sensor tower. The Bronze League Heroes sensor tower. It's like, why don't people just build sensor towers more often? Oh, what are you doing? Where are you going, Special? Those 5 tanks. Oh, this is such an awkward scenario. Are there enough Marines? Where are TY's Marines? Most of them are back home. Oh, the Viking count shows up. What is the Viking number? TY is actually down by just a little bit. Special was off on the other side of the map. Looked like he was trying to rotate all the way around the back. The Liberator eating some shots. TY almost able to make a mountain out of a bit of a molehill there. That Cyclone is still alive. 7 kills, including maybe an entire command center from earlier. TY has held. He's bent, but he hasn't broken. Oh, a massive play here. Special. He must have spotted it out. I know. Oh, he gets a scramble on a single one of the medevacs. The turret's not quite high enough in number. Suddenly, he's found himself with a perfect landing. in Special's main. Will he try to move up on the tanks during this? Many of the Marines coming back. A choke point of his own design. Those medevacs badly bruised. Vikings looking to intercept. Those Marines are here to die. They're trading real well as the Marines filter through the barracks. This positioning. Will TY try to break it? The Liberator rotating around. Special sees it with the sensor tower. He backs off with a couple. Oh, the Liberator going to be shot down. Immediately re-sieges. TY not able to find an angle to jump on this. Vikings in position. Another tank. Scans, counter scans, despite, like, the sensor tower tells you when they're moving and when to scan, essentially. So they both have near-perfect map vision. It's just who's able to maneuver better. 3-3 finishing up. In fact, TY has a single upgrade advantage right now, if he wants to use it with his Marines. He does not have a Viking advantage, making it very concerning that he's engaging more Vikings with less Vikings. The tank count, 15 for TY. And then just 9 for TY Love. / Special. A lot more Marines on the ground for Special. Both sides with over 80 SCVs. More SCVs than some players make the entire game. Viking tank. Like the battle we've seen since 2010. Another base taken. Vendiah scans. The Vikings engaging. Everything engaging. There's plenty of tanks here. In fact, the Viking count... No, Special still has significant control of the Vikings. This isn't a planetary. There's not really any reinforcements to defend. Special will be losing this base. Does he move anything back? He's maintaining a grip on TY, but is it tight enough? And losing this, even in a best of 9, 3 games in a row makes things very difficult. The Marines here, even upgrades, 3-3 done on both sides. Special just has way more Marines. He's going to try to tighten the grip. He does have air control. He has a Liberator now. There are a lot of tanks for TY, meaning his anti-air is really lacking, actually. 18 tanks might be, dare I say it, too many tanks. The Vikings not targeting here. The Liberator eating some shots. Marines filtering through. Liberator targeted down by the Vikings. Gonna stutter step them back? Well, I guess stutter fly. You get the idea. Are there any air upgrades? 1-1 against +2 mech weapons. So the only air upgrade is +1 mech armor from Special. Wait. No, that's TY. They changed colors a while ago, and I'm still getting used to it. Need to enforce this. Liberator sieging up. He's going to be able to target him down. Special just not able to find an angle. TY gonna oh, the medevacs were spotted. Wait, there's a tank here. A lot of units being, well, everybody losing track of some of their units. There's just so much going on. Special on only 4 bases, whereas TY is on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is more. I did the math. He's got a significant income advantage. Oh, the double medevac drop in most of TY's Marines, actually. He's got 0 Marines! He's just switched to mech. So, he has 16 tanks. TY just not building Marines now. He said, well, these units just aren't very good. A battle cruiser on the way. There's a... Wait, what? There's a tank here. And Liberator sieging up. The Marines definitely adding a whole lot of mobility here. What is the Viking count? Now, finally, TY has more. The Liberators are sieging up. TY trying to make things happen. One Liberator is targeted down. But air control has been ceded... well, it's still unclear. A battle could go either way depending on a few Marine hits or whether the Vikings overextend. One Liberator's taken out. Still so many tanks. No medevacs at all for TY either. The battle continues. There's a whole lot of fronts to fight on. A single Liberator already on the way. Gonna force the tanks. Special knew where that was going. Another Liberator coming up. The tanks will unsiege. There's nothing to really pounce on this without Marines, though. Marines will stim forward. You don't want to get too close. He goes for the Liberator at what cost? The Vikings are trading out. TY has more Vikings with better upgrades. He's going to win that fight. Special, he's losing his grip on this game. Advanced Ballistics on the way for TY. The Liberator count is now too damn high. And suddenly it looks like Special, he's down in supply. He's been struggling to mine for quite a while. TY has taken the island with his main, the closest base, of course. And it just seems like Special has been trying to find a way to close this game out. And since TY didn't end up breaking, he's struggling to figure out what to do. I mean, he has plenty of Marines. He's by no means out of this game yet. The problem simply is, eventually, TY is going to be incredibly far ahead. That is not a planetary either. TY making all the moves. He's going to find another orbital. The SCVs will repair. He's going to probably end up losing most of them if he does that, and the orbital. The few Marines TY does decide to make being so incredibly cost-effective, he has to give up so much of the map. There's a battle cruiser, and not for the memes. For the dreams. He goes up 3-0. The battle cruiser. A nail in the coffin. TY. Calm, cool, collected, under pressure. He holds. And eventually, just some tactical, some very small counterattacks, but at always the right spot. Okay, let's give him something a little different. And that means 3-0 for TY. That was a kind of a masterclass there on what to do when you don't have map control. TY is up 3-0. We're on Cloud Monarchy, which is the spiritual successor of Cloud Kingdom. Many of you will remember that name. Both sides are sending SCVs out. Oh my god. Both sides. Well, great minds. Oh my god. Where will they put them? They've never played the map before. Well, some very aggressive strategies broken out here in game number 4. Like, it's just gonna come down to the Reaper control. They're both sending the SCVs back. They're both sending one to scout. Yep, hopefully nobody noticed. Don't worry, I'm sure. What is this? GSL? Okay, so now they're both going to know. This is gonna be an absolute mess. Okay, so who's better at Reaper Micro? If anyone loses their Reaper, they probably lose the game. That's it. Like, it comes down to who can slaughter SCVs faster. Away we go. Let's wait. Let me bring up the units count. So far, both sides are very effectively killing SCVs. And then, they're gonna have to slaughter each other. Who mines enough gas for more Reapers? Is a very important question. So, Special slaughtering SCVs. Do we end up at a scenario where all the Reapers kill each other? Still 5 SCVs on the map. Special didn't pull his quite as quick. So, TY, how many does he have queued up? He doesn't... How many does Special have queued up? Special's going to have one more Reaper. But TY... The reason is because TY pulled his SCVs so quick. Special will have 1 additional Reaper, whereas TY will have 4 more SCVs. So... Oh, Special's making a Marine, the biggest brain! Wait, are we... Wait, what? Where are we going? Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached peak Starcraft 2. These are 2 Code S Terrans, some of the best Terran players in the entire world. And this is their story. Alright then. So so Special is now mining, but how much of an advantage he's going. So TY has also built up a lot of energy. Special does have 1 more Reaper and 1 more Marine. He's going to almost even out the worker count by the time the orbital lands. So TY has literally base traded. In the, like, Special's flying his barracks. Special will have gas, so he can build more Reapers. And he's gonna have another supply depot building. TY drops his mules. So where do we go from here? Is an incredible question. It's going to be very, very hard for these players to judge the situation. So now we're getting real up close and personal. But 2 Reapers being produced. I feel this is a decisive move. So TY has vision of the outside of the map. He's done a good job in Special's... Well, we can't even really call it Special's main anymore, but... He doesn't... The problem for Special is he doesn't really realize... Oh, he jumps up. The grenades. Any Reapers killed are very serious. I think Special has a decisive Reaper advantage. 2 more Reapers jump in. They're not fighting, though. The Reapers aren't fighting! Special's Reapers jump in the back. He might have the numbers. He does. But the SCVs will be pulled. He's gonna lose 1 more Reaper. Wait, he's killing more SCVs. He can't jump there. Oh, the Okay, I think Special has done it. Special in a very stable and Special has won. Well, okay, it's not over. It's pretty over. He's got it now. He may not have known until now. But Special has managed this double proxy rags base trade oh so slightly better. GG. Special takes a game. In, well, that happened. It's called a mirror matchup for a reason. So, yeah. Okay then, they decided on that, but let's break in. Okay, I'm excited to give them this map. It's called Golden Wall. Yeah. Great minds think alike, but even gooder minds think even aliker, as they say. Go, go. So this is a mineral wall challenge. Map. As you may have, well, you may have seen it implied. We will have to see. In the bottom left is TY, and the bottom right is his biggest fan. So there are golden minerals blocking these areas. I believe that creates a wall, and then some smaller mineral patches unlocking the bottom part of the map. It's actually enough. Okay. So yeah, this is a mess. I haven't played on this one either. Most of the other maps I've played on, I don't remember playing on this one. So, good luck, boys, in figuring this out. It looks like this is the only area you can quickly mine from, but these are actually just straight up golden bases. We'll see. Oh, he thought that was the ramp for a second. And then see if Special does the same thing. I guess flying to the gold might be a real strat here, but you can get hit from the other side, so. Very interesting map, to say the least. Special's gonna try to slap down a 1-Rax expand, which is a bold move in Terran versus Terran. Rarely at this level do you see. Hey, what? What? Don't lose the SCV. I don't know if that's calculated or not. That can't be Oh my God, Special. This is Golden Wall. He's got the golden balls here. He's like, well, he's not going to come back. He knows the Reaper's coming out. He just sticks with the same SCV. Now that means it's going to be a lot more vulnerable to the first Reaper. So he's got to be very careful. He's not even making a second Reaper. He's built a Marine here to try to buffer. This is a very greedy build out of Special. He may have realized there's no way for the Reapers to jump in the back, but... Ah! Jimmy! Eventually, it's going to be like 20 seconds long. Why is it me? The stream's still working. I blame Blizzard. Alright, Blizzard and Jimmy. Jimmy, you're fired! After this match. Oh, wait. Hellion, Hellion, Hellion! Special needs to throw a grenade. He's going deep in the paint to get the Reaper. He gets it. That's a big pickup. He does finish the command center. He needs to buy every possible second here. SCV actually buffering pretty well. He's going for... So 2 SCVs is fine. To start. He actually gets another shot on the Reaper. He's going for another one. The Hellion body block! Special trying to have his cake and set it on fire too. So 2 SCVs, but he does get a significantly faster base. So as long as there's no additional damage here, I think a relatively solid defense from Special. who's now realizing why it's called the Golden Wall. TY doing a more typical double gas build. Yeah, you can't go up there. This is, don't do it. Don't do it. You know better than that. You know better. He knows better, right? He's not gonna try. Don't try it, Anakin. Oh, he's mining. Wait, are those the back minerals? Wait, how much in the patches? There are 20 in the patches, so a single trip won't cut it. These are pretty much only mineable. Actually, I think a mule would mine. I think a mule returns at least 20, right? I think, is it 20 or 25? Alien comes up. Special, does he react? Oh. Nobody's quite sure. Wait, does he doesn't win that fight, right? Well, Hellions. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I think he clicked the wrong direction real quick. Okay, Hellion does retreat in time. So yeah, there's gonna be a little bit of that, I think. There's a whole new world to unlock here. Special, realizing that and gonna be utilizing it. I think TY is realizing at almost exactly the same time. He's a few seconds later. Both players are going to... Wait, in fact, TY realized it first. This is awkward. So the SCV is going across. So now we have two parts of the map. And both of them have opened it up to attack. Which is going to make things very interesting. The fact that these Marines are out here are going to tell TY a lot. A scan. Interesting. So, now essentially you have to divide your forces between the top side and the bottom side, the north and the south. Because there is no easy ground path. Medevac's going to be at a premium, air control at a premium. Because we have split the map, not quite in half, but close enough. Yeah, if only you could put down mineral walls by just bringing minerals and slapping them on the ground, but the technology just isn't there. Looks like we're gonna fight in the south. A single, well, that Raven is gonna do a lot of damage. Special knows exactly where the army is, though. He's gonna siege up on the high ground. Do the Vikings see it? Oh, they get a couple shots out. Stim is not done for either side. Some auto turrets are gonna be used from everyone. Once again, incredible Raven control from TY. Meanwhile, he's losing... Well, a lot of SCVs are dying to random-ass Marines. The boys are pulled. Looks like Special will eventually win the bloody fight. He's lost a lot of SCVs, but since he expanded quicker, he's still maintaining a relatively solid count. But guess what? TY is so good with his Ravens. The TY Ravens kept him in the match there. Like, Special had the drop on him, but it still was a really tough fight. But now, Special does have 5 tanks to 2. He does, well, the Viking count is relatively... Would you stop? He's kept an auto turret in this location for like the last minute. He's killed 16 SCVs. It didn't look so bad to start. That really does mean he's got to find a way to do some damage here. I don't think he has the number. Like, I just don't think he's going to get much done here. Are there medevacs on the way to maybe transfer between either side? Oh, okay, there finally, something. Oh, but he's got to get out of there. Just drop the Viking. Drop the Vikings! You have less Vikings! What are you doing? I don't understand. Somebody explain to me. Okay. Well. I mean, that is one way to solve that problem. So this could be... The final match of a whole best of 9. Special, send special your energy. Yeah, that one Raven. Doing so much. Just showing, like, I don't think Special and TY are that far off overall in level of skill, but TY is just a TVT master. No one else can really reliably compete with Maru. Yeah, Special wanted a show match, and I'm like, well, I don't want you to just beat up on some random North American again. How about TY? So, maybe a little bit of role reversal here. I don't know where Special went. He's not readying up for the match. He went to go unplug TY's Ethernet cable. But while we're waiting, just a quick advertisement. As we find Special as well. But if you guys could pause ad block, I'll be right back. Thank you guys for watching. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Winter, and I'm here to talk to you about all the exciting ways to consume even more StarCraft content. Have you checked out Twitter? No? That's probably a good thing. Have you checked out Instagram? The only thing you're gonna see there is Loco posting random artsy photos on cameras that are way too expensive for 2019. But how about YouTube? Yes, believe it or not, YouTube, it exists. And you know what you can do there? You can subscribe to me and find a StarCraft 2 video essentially every day, if not more often. Usually just one a day, though. They really don't like it if you have multiple YouTube videos a day. It just shows like one. It's just one a day, but sometimes that video, like this one maybe, it is over an hour long. So you might forget after an hour, you might have fallen asleep, you might have decided, like, why would I ever click on a video that's an hour long? But hopefully now you are glad you did. You see that right over there? That's the like button. Okay, do you like this? Do you? Do you? It's up to you. And of course, if you're watching, sometimes we do it live and we ignore those people. But if you have Twitch Prime, you can subscribe for free every single month. And as soon as you see this, you need to subscribe right now. Why? Because if you don't, it's essentially like losing money. Do you want to lose money? Subscribe today. Make the difference. Do all those exciting things. Thank you. Good luck, have fun, and have an amazing day. Thank you for sticking around. I know ads are annoying and loud, but it's 2019 StarCraft, so... We're ready to go. We're going to Hurricane. Wow, that was a quick load. These guys must have great gamer chairs. It's 4-1 so far in favor of TY. TY Love sitting at a cool 1. A very dramatic 1 victory, but a single victory nonetheless. I was hoping it would be a little bit closer. There's still an opportunity for that. But TY is showing some near complete dominance so far. And especially in games that don't involve his main command center being lifted across the entirety of the map. So we'll see. Hurricane, a more standard map. I believe it is actually in the standard category of the map contest. Pretty small, not too many bases. Medium rush distance. No fancy slow zones or mineral walls or anything like that. Just back to basics. King Moopy sits atop the box in the center, presiding over the entirety of the map. That is a Shaman Moopy. And he is what is calling in the Hurricane. Praise be. Praise be. Neither. This time Special not going to risk going for the 1 rack 6 expand. Wait a second. Is that a Reactor Reaper first? Okay, so this is a little... I mean, if Special's able to scout this before the Reapers come out, that's a big informational coup, rather. Not Q. That doesn't make any sense. But yeah, the lack of command center is already giving away a little bit here. So this means 2 Reapers and a Hellion. Oh no, Special's jumped into the base. That means he may never be jumping out. Oh, beautiful grenade! That might be enough to save him. Does he escape? The jump down. Oh, perfect grenade is the only way he was getting out of that. And he does escape. Will that make the difference? TY going to have a significant amount. Like, a bunker is on the way. A bunker's actually on the high ground. Special really wants to finish this command center here. He may be able to if TY waits a little bit longer for the SCV. The SCV to buffer. If he can finish the CC, Special's in a pretty okay spot. But if he doesn't, the SCV going to lead the charge. The command center finishes. That's big. The Hellion might not make it, but with the CC finishing, the bunker on the high ground, a very important part of this. Behind it, TY getting his own command center. There's no way the Hellions and Reapers... Oh, a medevac gonna give high ground vision. Still, well, it's just a couple Marines in here, not that much damage output. Remember, the medevac can heal the Reapers. A lock on. Oh, nice pickup there. Who needs a warp prism to do fancy pickup micro? That's a lot of Reapers. Might not have those old school grenades, but this is actually super dangerous here. TY, he does not screw around. Okay. So the lock, if he can get, he's looking for lock-ons on the medevac. He doesn't find him. Oh my god, TY, you stop. You stop. You need to lift. Special. Lift the CC. What are you doing? Lift the CC. Stressing me out. Okay, he does now. Viking comes out. There's nothing to contest it. TY, he gets everything out for now. Special. Okay. He's gonna repair with 1. Okay, come on. Like, come on. Really? 1 SCV? He's like, no. I cannot, there's no money in the budget for other SCVs, okay? This is simply, like, there's simply no money. It's like, it's burning! It's on fire! Nope. Sorry. Literally on fire. It's still on fire because he's only repairing with a single SCV, and it's taking longer. Alright. So TY is coming across with a Raven-based attack, which has been incredibly successful thus far. Oh, Cyclone spotting for this. He sees the tanks. Raven, very important part of this. Tanks on the high ground, both sides, going to be putting a third command center at the third base. Special has a few more SCVs, and he could compound that advantage with a nice Liberator siege. He does. Reapers are splitting off. He might be able to delay the third command center. TY not reacting to the Liberator as it sieges. 4 SCVs go down. Couple Reapers into the main. He's going to work on the third CC one. He's not going to be able to delay that. Reapers are in the main. The Liberator forcing a whole ton of lost mining time. Actually, is he going to finish off the Liberator before it gets another shot? Calculated. That is some Raven energy. He delayed a whole lot of mining. And he killed some SCVs. So a win for Special here for sure. Third command center's on the way. Specials will finish ever so slightly quicker. Let's scan. TY has 3 Ravens against just 1. TY has had the Raven advantage in essentially every game so far, besides the Reaper game. Oh my god. Oh, the double lock onto the medevac. Big plays here. That's a big win for Special. The Marine count just... So he's not even sieging the tanks. He doesn't want to risk it. Oh, the tanks just blasting apart. Oh, Special! Special! What are you doing? The anti-armor missile. It's unclear who's flanking who. Okay, now it's very clear. TY Special, what are you doing here? What am I watching? So, TY once again showing how good... Oh my god.
What a save! What a...
Everything going right for TY. Ravens, very, very good units, as Special is learning. Oh, he's looking for a lock-on. He's gonna get that one badly bruised tank. What about the other one with 1 HP? I think it got repaired. Yes, the SCVs are there. Special needs to be on the high ground. He's got 1 Raven. TY maintained 2. He doesn't... They're not fully repaired. He doesn't have that much energy on him, but he's got enough to potentially bust this open. A single interference matrix can make all the difference. He uses it now. Well... Oh my god. The SCV spots are moving. Any interference matrix? He uses it on the tank. The TY can use it again. Does he use a second one? TY. He's so methodical. Oh, another one. Are the tanks there? Is the range there? He puts a shot. Ravens are very good units. This is what we are learning. Thankfully for Special... Oh, the... Jesus. Is Stim done? There is Stim. Does he have engineering base? He has him at the back. He needs to deal with this attack, though. Oh no, not the time. The tank's on the low ground. I don't know about this positioning here for Special. He still has a whole lot of SCVs. It's just tanks and Ravens and Vikings are, making things incredibly difficult here. Now here's the thing. What do? Lift the command center? Watch this. Oh! What a play! Special. Oh my god. Oh, oh, the push-ups. The CC push-ups. Oh. It's enough to save the base. Special trying to hold on. He finished combat shields. Is that going to be enough? Anti-armor missile. TY reacts immediately. There's still a lot of Marines with a good spread. He's actually breaking through a lot of this before the... Oh my god, he doesn't kill the Raven. He picks it up. Wait a second, that's just an SCV on top of this. He can pick up... He picks up the tank. Oh no. Oh no. It looked okay. Until it didn't. He could drop on this. He could drop. No, lift it! Oh, jeez. This went from pretty okay. No, just drop on the tank. Okay, if TY had retargeted on the hurt tank. So Special finishes 1-1 way quicker. He's still got plenty of SCVs. He broke it. It took a lot of push-ups. It was bloody. It was definitely painful. TY still maintains a Raven, despite all of that. His Ravens are just... his artisanal Ravens, and their beautiful, incredible, decisive, disgusting usage. TY has a 4th base, like... Oh my... Oh, no. Oh, Jesus Christ. But... And he was ready for that. TY. Pretty goddamn good. Okay, now this is a massive, insane... Oh, come on. Are you kidding me right now? Let's go to the TY action cam. Oh, he knows. Jesus Christ. It's a... Yeah, this isn't gonna happen. That's it. It's a disaster. An absolute... thrashing. TY takes it with a decisive 5-1. TY showing why he's called the chess master. He's always a step ahead, even of his love. Special. We found one of the only players that can actually beat him, especially so decisively. He's just too good. I would say... I asked them in the hope of like them to say what their favorite map was, and TY just said Hurricane because it has interesting name. So I don't know what I expected, but I would say like maybe I make them play some more games, but they earn their money. Like even if this series didn't go the distance, the amount of games and the amount of entertainment we've gotten out of TY and Special in the past, and I'm sure will through GSL and into the future. Check out their streams, of course. Cheer for them. They want to show good games for the fans, and TY showing you how to play TVT, even when you get behind, how to maintain that control. It's very, very important. And I think the clickbait title for this match is Everybody Loves Ravens. Because, as you could see there, Raven's a very important unit. And today, TY shows why he's so incredibly strong. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, smash that like button, subscribe with Twitch Prime, do all of the exciting things. leave a comment saying, wow, Special is so bad. Obviously, I don't even know how he got GS. But let me get these players paid. And I hope you guys enjoy it. And then we'll check out the TLMC voting.